Peace and love, Islam. What's good? Everybody get ready to do something different tonight like we always do. And sit back and watch the show. You heard? Islam. Somehow, some way. Islam, peace and love. You know how we do. We're going to play the music and we're going to get started. You already know how we do. Peace and love. What it do? People's my people. Somehow, some way. Peace and love. Assalamu alaikum. Be the maker. Pax of the more. It's good. No one's going to get into it. You already know how we do. We do something different. You will see. Soon you will all see. Getting it together. Somehow, some way. Son, peace and love. What's good? I feel all y'all. I feel you. How y'all feeling? I feel you. Yeah. We about to get started. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Gonna get it popping. Happy Raphael. Divine Mercury Elohim. Oh, yeah. Stay pure, Islam. Gonna get it in 1 second. Let's finish this cleansing. And let's get to the truth. That's all I talk about is the truth. That's it. Shout out to all the divine ancestors within. Shout out to all the ancestors within you. And let's get ready and make our legacy known to the world by just being ourselves. So lavender. Today is lavender. Make sure you incorporate nature and all the elements. Give it 1 minute, let everybody come through. Yes, sir. do something different like usual. Every time. All right. Peace and love. Happy Raphael. Happy holy day every day, because every day is a holy day. Elohim, seven firmament. Give thanks. And may the divine message come through clearly as possible. And let's get right into it. All right. I'm not gonna talk about testimony and what happened to me. There's a lot of other important stuff that needs to be said right now. I'm putting that on hold. Not only am I putting that on hold for a divine reason, but the case is very sensitive still, so I don't want to say too much. And I don't want to divert things off of the path of which way I want them to go. So, gonna get right into it. How y'all feeling? How's everybody? Everybody good? Everybody good? I hope y'all are surviving all these energies that's coming at one time. I hope y'all inherited as much happiness in your life as possible. And keep your mind clean and right. Keep your mind clean, sound and clean. All right? All right, let's get right into it. Let's start off with the Moorish American prayer. You already know, let's rise and give thanks to the Divine Mother. Salam. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by day and by night, through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Ameen. 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 Give thanks and never, ever forget, when you give praise to the Father, you still giving praise to the Divine Mother, the all and all. That's really what Allah means. Just everything, the all and all. The mother and the father principle in perfect harmony. Let's get into it. If you want to read along, we read along. Circle 7 Quran, chapter 25. You already know how we do. Let's go. Circle 7 Quran, divinely prepared by a master, Noble Drew Ali, our prophet. Chapter 25, a holy covenant of the Asiatic nation. Ye are the children of one father, provided by for his care, and the breast of one mother hath given you suck. You see how it brings the principles, the mother and the masculine and feminine, it automatically brings it right into play. Chapter 25. No, can't go around it, can't get from it. No, we need to be in harmony. One don't need to be over the other. The matriarch is always going to be the lawgiver and the divine ruler. But the equality needs to happen in order for that energy to be raised more than it's ever been raised on the planet, for the mother and father to be in perfect harmony. But the mother made the father. We know that. But we need harmony in that. Right? So let's start over. Ye are the children of one father, provided by for his care, and the breast of one mother hath given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when ye separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity. And prefer not a stranger before thine own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love for each other. Islam. Love and unity. So when ye separate in the world, in the four corners of the earth, You remember that that bindeth us all to each other by blood, love, and unity. Those two things, right? So we're finna get right into it. This is the nature. Welcome to the Nature of Jurisdiction. I think we on what, episode 15, something like that. I'm not even keeping count anymore. But I'm actually organized tonight. I went over some great topics last Anna L, and I kind of want to reiterate and be redundant on some of the things that I said because it made a lot of sense. And I was taking mental notes from ancestors within self that speak. So I kind of want to go over some of those things. Not going to cover everything, but the majority of what stood out and what was important for the perilous time that we're sitting in right now. Right? So, first and foremost, let's emphasize on the love and the unity, right? And let's emphasize on how much freedom and liberty we actually have when we ignore the negativity. When we choose to ignore the dirty Moors and give them no light. And we actually start to clean house in this nation. Right? And we stop wasting time arguing with each other. And we spend a little bit more time teaming up and collecting the energy and collecting the information to give to the world and do what we once did before as pure Moors, as righteous Moors. We fed the world with the word, right? We fed the whole world. So it's very important for us right now to watch what we pay attention to and watch what we give our energy to. Right now, dirty Moors should be the last thing that should be on your mind. The last thing that should be on your mind. You see, you don't understand how much power you give to the things that hurt and continue to hurt our nation. You're promoting malfeasance, and malfeasance comes back in a karmic way. And then you wonder why the nation is fucked up the way it is. If you keep the 42 laws of Ma'at, you really have nothing to worry about. Nothing outside of this vessel should ever be of a major concern to you or over concern to you. You know this. You look at Ma'at law. What's one of the major laws in Ma'at? What's one of the major laws? Don't close your ears to truth. Truth can find its lodgment in the most mysterious places in the most mysterious ways. The all created everything. So truth can come from anywhere, even a devil. You must understand this. Why? Because this is the natural ebb and flow of the world. You think the lion that's going after its prey is contemplating in its mind that it's evil because it's going to eat and break down? No. It's just being the nature that it was called to be. And it just so happens that they hunt and they do things like this. Right? The nature of things. We've been arbitrarily going against the nature of things within ourselves. Why? Because we never truly get in tune or haven't been truly in tune with what lives within us. We live in our body. We don't live at an address. How many times have I told y'all that you're not operating from the vessel. You're operating from somewhere else that's in alignment with the vessel. Truly an avatar, a true avatar. I'm not here right now, but I'm operating and pulling the strings, right? Think about this. Think about this. What did Yahshua say? What did Yahshua say that was the key to life? Right. The only devil that man must be redeemed from is self, is lower self. That's right. But have you ever thought and took into consideration to train your lower self to be like your higher self? You don't want to throw your lower self out. You need lower self like you need higher self. And you bring them together in a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, right? And you learn how to tame the lower self to work for you and work with you, right? Check this out. Yahshua, what did Yahshua say was the key to life? Yahshua HaMashiach. Gratitude and forgiveness. When you're always thankful, you don't have too much to be mad about. And when you ask him for forgiveness within self all the time, you don't have too many things to resent in this life. You just go through the lessons. So the lessons become more clear than the trauma and the drama and the pain and the hurt that you went through. Because if you didn't die, you only got stronger, right? So you need to continue to move on and realize that everything in your life always happens for what? A divine reason. So you have no reason to be sad or upset with anything that happens in your life. I'm talking about anything, right? Because we talked about this last week, right? About being in perfect harmony with Mother Nature and what she allows to happen and doesn't allow to happen and how you respond to that. How do you respond when you don't get what you want? How do you respond when you plan something out and the best of planners overplans what you planned but for a divine reason? You didn't get a chance to go to the club that night like you wanted to. Or something got in your way, your car wouldn't start. Something, anything. And then next day you found out that that club burned down and everybody was fighting for their life to escape that club that night that you couldn't go to. Patience. Virtues. Mindset. These are all the keys. These are all the magic that you need. When you have sound mind, body, and spirit, you are magic. You don't have to do magic. Right? Because I know from the beginning, since we've been making these videos, your childhood imagination is the best nation that will get you through and guide you through this whole entire life. You have to go back within and grab the hand of your childlike self and pretend, not pretend, but, in your mind, constantly remember that your childlike self is always watching you. Your childlike self is always asking, hey, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Me and you. It's always, that's how they talk within, right? It's always been me and you. Don't forget about us. Because that's how we really got stuff done. From children. It's why they give children all the distractions that they could throw at them. Because a child never stays mad for long. A child knows that when they manifest something, it's coming. There is no doubt. What I said and what I want and what I need is going to be right in my hands. Children. How far can you go back to that state of your mind? What do you remember? What do you know? And what can you bring back at the present moment? Not only for yourself, but for the world. Because true manifestation comes true when you manifest things for the world first that everybody needs. And then you take a hand in what you need. It'll happen better and quicker for you. To truly have love in your heart first, before anything. Even the Bible will tell you that, right? The first principle, keep it tight on everything. On everything. Right? So this is why Yahshua said it's so important for you to give gratitude and ask for forgiveness every day, every minute, every hour. You need to be thanking yourself and forgiving yourself every chance that you get. The Most High has its lodgment within you. Just sit back and think about that for a minute and everything that you do on a daily. But within that, you still have free will. You need to show gratitude to your organs, to your heart, to your brain, to your sight, to your hearing. These are all ancestors working within you. These are all ancestors working within you. These are all ancestors working within you. Do you have to tell your heart when to love? When to feel empathy? Do you have to tell your nervous system to move your hand like this on command? Do you have to tell your sight that you want to see something outside of this realm, within the realm of which you came from, that's parallel, that nobody else can see? The ringing in your ears. Did you sanction that? I don't think you did. So you need to be giving more thanks than you ever did before in your life in this day and this time right now. They're waiting. The holy breath. Nobody can explain it, right? But barely and very little does man give thanks for what nature provides. Very little does man give thanks for what nature provides freely. Why are you not giving thanks for these things and showing gratitude every minute, every hour? The water that you use, give thanks. The food that you eat, I don't care if it's real or not, give thanks. Make it real when it get in your body. Give thanks for transportation. Give thanks for my rights. Give thanks for my light. Give thanks for the light in others. Gratitude. When the last time you really sat down and had like a 2-hour session of just giving thanks for things? Just giving gratitude. Give thanks for that mango. Give thanks for the kiwis. Give thanks for the oxygen, the hydrogen that we breathe. When the last time you really sat down and really did that for self? No, for real. For real. This is real autonomy. This is real self-governance. You are all the magic that you need, that you ever needed in this life. Right? Check this out. Right? Check this out, right? We all know we start from the crown, right? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But what they didn't teach you, and being in line with nature, and man being in tune with Allah and being one with Allah, spirit, earth, fire, air, water. This is you. This is you. All 5 points. Right? So you know how they say, right? And they have the 4 elements, right? Earth, wind, fire, water. But who and what is the 5th element? It's you. You have to be the comptroller over those elements on how to operate in your life and navigate through the world. But you have to have spirit. And spirit is what? Breath. Breath gives what? Life. You give life to everything that you say. That's why I love listening to the Mestizo brother, what is his name? Don Miguel Ruiz? Something like that, right? The dude who came up with the 4 agreements, right? Keep your word impeccable. Don't take anything personal. Don't assume anything. And always, always do your best. Those agreements that he made are in alignment with those elements, because that's how you use those elements. I am, I use, I feel, I relate. All those things. Right? That's the real inheritance. Before you get a house and some land and all these things, you need to have the love lodged in your heart completely. And you need to understand why love is always meant to be first. That's why a man could never create a woman. A woman always created man, because that's the true love first and the nurturer on earth. The woman has the seat next to Allah, the real co-creator. That's why the illusion of the patriarchy is slowly dying every day. No, it's quickly dying every day. And the matriarch is on the rise. Balance and order must be restored to the planet, because chaos has got out of control. There's nothing wrong with chaos, but chaos needs balance. What's going on in our relationships these days? Chaos is out of order. Needs balance. So we can relate to each other in the greatest ways possible that we've never seen before. The energy that's right here on the planet right now, watching us every second, waiting to see who has the desire to transform. Nobody's blocking you from anything. You have that right, that natural right to just be a well-being. A natural birthright. That's why Circle 7 Quran says it's evil to try to be good. Just be good. Just be who you were birthed to be. All of us was born a baby, pure and innocent. Stay that way as much as you can, so you can navigate the earth plane exactly how you need to. Right? So the gratitude is so important for your everyday life. Give thanks for your hands and the work that they do, your feet and the work that they do. That's why be careful what you do in life. So your gratitude is never taken in vain to your own vessel, your own body, your own functioning, organal, nervous system, and everything of the like. Show gratitude. Because your thoughts are not even your own. You get options. Everything comes from the cosmos. What are you reaching into the universe to grab, to inherit on a daily basis? What are you saying out of your mouth on a daily basis? Because it's what you're going to see for the future. Be careful what you say out here, especially right now after that lunar eclipse and the Mercury retrograde energy that's here to stay. It's not playing no games. What do you desire? Make sure it's in alignment with what you need. Make sure your desires are matching exactly what you need. And ask for it in that order. Where is your heart, though? Where is your heart? Where is your heart? And where does it find its comfort and its lodgment? That's going to determine who's going to be New Earth and who's just going to stay 3D. Your job is not to point out and make 3-4 hour videos about who's a dirty more and who's not, or who's doing what I like and who's not doing what I like. No, your job is to continue to do the great missionary work. And if you see somebody not doing good, like Sabir said, well, then you just go do better. If you see something that's not good and you deem it not good, then go do something better. Help the world. Why are you continuing to promote people that hurt our nation? This is what I see y'all out there doing. A lot of y'all out there wasting time, and not teaching the people so they could see for themselves who's dirty and who's not. It's not your job. Nature is already taking care of that. That's why I said dirty mores are irrelevant at this point. When you truly come back into the natural knowledge of self, nobody has to tell you that anybody or anything is wrong. You know. And it's not about if they're wrong or right or anything. Are you getting the message from every corner and crevice that you find? Because truth is everywhere. What are you paying attention to? Are you there? Are you really there for the truth? Or are you there for the drama? And to continue the drama, you're addicted to drama. And then you just find yourself in deeper and deeper and deeper shit when you don't admit that. Because that's a major problem within the communities amongst our people. Admit it. Free yourself from the enemy of self. Do it for you. Do it for nobody else. Right? Bring Anu. Bring in the heavenly one that has lodgment within you. Open that gate. Open that door. Stop choosing to be retarded when you're the most intelligent beings in the world. But it's all about what you desire. If you don't desire to be yourself as much as possible, then you're going to be like what? Just like everybody else. The Most High didn't scatter us to the four corners of the world so we could spit the same message to each other. She scattered us to the four corners of the world so we can gather different information, bring it home, and we all go to real church within the circle. And we all can feed from each other and within the 360 degrees of knowledge and wisdom. That's real money. Knowledge and wisdom is real money. The knowledge on how to do things and how to interpret things and carry them out in your life is real money. Gold, that's the gold and silver. Because if there was no fiat and no paper to spend to just go get things, you have to do what? You have to know how to do things. Spend more of your time and energy on knowing how to do things in case of emergency. We have no more time to analyze and interpret what we think or what we think somebody else should be doing outside of ourselves. And we haven't taken care of self first. The Holy Quran of Mecca said that one day, it will be so much going on with self, You won't have time to look outside because you'll have so much accountability and responsibility. We're in that day right now. Quran also said that it'll be so deep that the mother won't even have time to give suck to the baby because there's so much going on up here. That's why I said right now in this day and time, you want to have this clean and sound as possible. Because if not, it could easily be infiltrated. And anything can just walk in your vessel and take control over you and what you do and affect the loved ones around you in a negative light. And you don't need that. You don't want that. I hope not. So continue to give thanks and ask forgiveness within self. And allow the things that happen in nature, allow them to happen. Stop trying to be in control of the Most High omnipotent decisions. Nothing is by chance. Nothing happens and, oh, that was a coincidence. Oh, look at that. No. No. Remember, not only is the Most High the best of planners, but you had a major part in writing the story in which you want to see and what you've been seeing in your everyday life. That's why, how dare you be mad? How dare you have something to complain about? How dare you be bored every day and all this bullshit when you had a major play and say so on what's happening? Real. That's for real. So all the virtues that ancestors have brought us, you might want to go take another look at them. 42 laws of Ma'at. You might want to go take another look. We don't close our ears to truth. We embrace the all. That's our culture. This is how we really survived the chaos. Right? And y'all don't even know every day throughout life how important music is. Music hits your root chakra. That's why be careful what you're listening to, because music takes its lodgment in the root chakra. You can either go up or stay right there. You always want to listen to some music, some good music that's going to elevate you and take you up and allow you to meditate naturally. Because everything is frequency and vibration. When you bring frequency and vibration together, that's true peace. That's richness. Peace within. To really have peace. And not only to really have peace, but to be so disciplined in that peace that nothing can disturb it. Nothing can disturb it. Right? That's why it's always important to know thyself and never get caught up when you're getting uploads or downloads or whatever you want to call it. Don't allow yourself to be interrupted. Don't get mad. Matter of fact, you shouldn't be upset or mad at anything for more than 24 hours. It should have left your being within that time period. Nothing should ever sit like that on you and weigh you down. First of all, it's coming from your own permission and consent. Second of all, it's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to deal with emotions, no matter what happens outside of you. You're the one who has to gain knowledge and wisdom, no matter what's happening outside of you. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I don't care what you've been through in life. If you're using the trauma and the drama of what you've been through in life to justify what you do in life that's not good, you're garbage and you need to clean your house. Some of the worst things have happened to people down here on TMI. But most of the greatest beings are those who have actually went through trial and tribulation and came out and shined in the light. Don't complain about nothing if you've never been through anything. You don't know what true happiness is. If you've never been through no real pain and came out at the end of that tunnel clean and crisp, you never really been through nothing. Your experience is the beauty of life, not where you end up at the end of where you think you want to be. It's the whole experience, everything that happens, everything. So then you're able to really have testimony and you're truly able to speak from the heart, right? And really, really speak from the heart. Right? This is what Yahshua did. You want to know about these names and all these ancient names of these people, whether they lived or not? But we'll get into that in another class. Say the name and see where the lodgement takes place in your chakra system. For instance, let me give you an example. Yah, Yah, Yah. Where do you feel that the most? Crown. Shua, Shua, Shua. I feel that all in my heart chakra. To let you know how you can righteously benefit from your own culture and your own language. Because who was Yahshua? Yahshua was a liberator. Who do you have to be for yourself? A liberator. Right? That's why don't throw none of the books away. Don't throw none of the old information away. Hell, don't even throw away what the colonizer gave you. Because truth has its lodgment in the most mysterious places, in the most mysterious ways. Most of the stuff they hide from you. You need to be going to look for these things. You can't get too caught up in personality and put personality over principles. When did we fall from doing well? Why did we even begin to even think that we can get away with that? Personality is going to fail you every time. Principle is based on truth. Does not die, does not change, and does not exchange for something else or another mood or something. You learn truth from everybody and everything. Why do you think spirit animal totems was so important in our life throughout culture? Spirit animal totems. Because every time you get ready to make a major move or a minor move, you want to pay attention to your surroundings so you can interpret things the right way. Not only that, but you get divine intervention and confirmation. The ravens, for example, and this is the best time to be seeing a crow or raven in your life that flies into your life. Why? Because crows and ravens govern life and spirit mysteries. So we always growing, right? We never just get to a point and then you just sit there and then you just stay there and then you just be stagnant and then you think you're good. And then now you start getting all this arrogance and you lose yourself. When you think you need to stop learning, you lose. And anyway, the more you continue to study and study self, the more you start to close the books and start opening up this book and getting into the real knowledge of what's missing and the half that hasn't been told. You remember when Noble Drew Ali said that? When he said that the half hasn't been told? Where do you think the other half is coming from? Me, you, him, her, them, that. You can't go read that in no book. Right? Natural knowledge that only the cosmos can give you, that nobody else can give you. That's why man knows not by being told. He knows best by his experience and his relationship with nature. Nature is man's best teacher. If you didn't have YouTube, if you didn't have all these books and all this stuff, you would have to go outside and learn everything. I'm talking about everything. Nature can teach you everything. The best way on how to come about it too. You just study nature. And let everybody within you, over 2 trillion ancestors within each and every one of us, allow them to guide you aright. And let go of the dumb shit. Because that's how you block them from divinely intervening in your life. When you're addicted to drama and trauma and pain and hurt and don't realize that these things are needed to grow. Oh, you forgot? You forgot why you came here. You chose to come here. Your parents ain't got nothing to do with that. You chose this life. And you mad? You got a lot of shadow work to do. And you got a lot of shadow work to show yourself approved. Stop doing shadow work and trying to show off to other people and keep telling people what you're doing. Just go do the work and be happy to see the result and how much better you come out on the other end of that tunnel. Just do the work. And watch how much better you transform and how much better prepared you are for what's coming to this earth. Solar flares and the like. You're not escaping what's about to happen right now. Not at all. Not at all. But you do have a choice. You can stay in the lower realm, or you can choose to rise up. The choice is yours. It's on you. Everything falls back onto you. It's never somebody else to do this and do that. That's an illusion. You came here by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. With everything that you need, too. That's why I always open my ears, my pineal, and my eyes to truth everywhere that I go. Big shout out to homie Rashad Jamal, Free Rashad Jamal. Dr. Phil Valentine, Rod Hayes. Who else did I listen to back in the day? Coming up, even Cool Joe. Taj, man, Taj, give thanks. None of us would really be on a direct path right now if we didn't hear Taj and hear that call. Man, a lot of for Isis Wisdom, all of them. I learned from all of them. Brother Yosef, all of them got something good to say. You should never be following 100% of what another man got to say to you for your life anyway. Give thanks for what you resonate with and what's truth and what you take and go do with it. That's it. That's it. What are you doing with the message? Are you there for the message in the first place? And what type of truth are you regurgitating in your own words from learning from others? And what type of action are you taking with that truth? You don't have time to make videos and blame nobody for nothing in your life. You got a lot of time to get your shit right now. That's what you got a lot of time to do right now on a daily basis. And if you feel like you don't have time, I guarantee you do. You got a brain, don't you? You know how to multitask, don't you? Well, start meditating in everything that you do. So you can spend time doing divine things while you're doing worldly things. Multitask. What is it to meditate? This is what I went over last on the L. Let's look at it. Let's open up a book. Let's look at it. This etymological dictionary. And let's see what it means to meditate. Because a lot of people think that they always have to hum, and not move and not do nothing and just sit there all day and just, that's not real meditation. You was taught wrong. Let's look at it. Let's dive a little deep and see what the word meditate means, right? Because we pay attention to the meaning of the word. We don't give praise to the word in itself, but the actual meaning and what it actually means to us and what it actually does in our life. Right? Because we get too caught up on the cognitive and not the denotative. That's why etymology is so important. So when you listen to a lecture and you're listening to anybody, you can interpret things in a correct manner. So you can really have understanding within self and not just one ear out the other. You need to know your culture, your science, your language. By the way, while I'm shouting out everybody, that build that happened between Brother Rich, Brother Rod, Brother Billy Carson, Dr. Phil Valentine, Brother Yosef was amazing. If you missed it, you need to go watch. I think it was a couple days ago. Powerful build between elders that's really teaching something and saying things that you might not have ever heard before. That's why how dare you hate on anybody? You might not know, you might be talking shit and hating on a chosen one. And then you put your own life in the deep shit by talking shit about somebody that's here to do some real work. And y'all read the Bible and the Quran and all this stuff. And y'all read about that's how the story go. Like it actually is people that be sent here and people think they crazy and they don't accept them and they just keep doing the work and doing what they do. Come to find out at the end that they were really a Messiah. And you were in the way. You don't think we got people, angels, thoughts of Allah manifested in flesh, in human flesh, sent here to help us and guide us right and tell us some things that we've never heard before? But the heart knows the truth. How dare you talk shit and hate on anybody? Especially when you have no knowledge of the being, don't know the being, and don't care to know the being, but care to talk shit though. That don't make sense. You don't elevate. You don't grow. Right? So what does it mean to meditate then? What is the etymological essence of the word meditate? Let's look at it, right? So in Latin, this is what it literally says in Latin. To think. That's the first meaning of the word meditate. To think, ponder, and purpose. So when you're serving your purpose, you're meditating. When you're thinking, you're meditating. Because remember, we said all thoughts come from the cosmos. So everything you getting is an inheritance. And you have a choice to make in those thoughts. You're meditating in that moment. Don't tell me you ain't got time to meditate. You got a lot of time. Because you know how to multitask. And now you know what meditate means. To think. To ponder. Purpose. Serve your purpose. Not only will you always be in meditation mode, but you'll always be happy. You'll never have nothing to be mad or sad about. Purpose don't always bring paper money and fiat. Purpose fills the heart with the food that it needs to keep living life in a righteous way, in a healthy way, right? So you meditate all the time. You really don't have any excuses anymore. Now is the time to take the responsibility and step up to the accountability that we've all have a job to do. And it starts with getting self right. Can't be around a community of people and self is not right. You're going to tear that community down. That's why Noble Drew Ali said what? Save yourself, save a nation. When you save yourself, save a nation. Right? Because now we can come in perfect harmony with each other. Make sense? So meditate. What else did Drew Ali say pertaining to that? If I can get you to thinking, you will save yourself. Meditate. What else did Drew Ali say? What else did Drew Ali say? He said when you pray, or I like to say invocation or supplication, open your eye. Open your eyes. Open your eye. You don't have to always close your eyes to meditate. Sometimes there are things that want to appear before you while you're meditating and make you aware of certain things. You never seen a spark in your eye, on the side of your eye, or a white shade roll in front of you? Just different things that happen that help feed your inheritance, the natural and divine knowledge that you came to earth with, and the things that you need to be witness to while you're asking for things. While you're asking for things. Why it might appear right in front of you. Sometimes you meditate and you focus on things and it appears right before you in that moment. This is the power and the inheritance that we getting back to. Yes. And it stems from what I said. So meditate or think, ponder, and serve your purpose, and hold the hand of your childlike self within self and start getting busy. Because that's how we operate and make things happen. With the childhood imagination. The best nation. Meditate on that. Think, ponder, and serve your purpose on that. And know what these words really mean. Because not only are you breaking the curse on the word, you're breaking the curse on your whole generation. Then, not only that, but the trinity of that is you inherit certain powers from unlocking certain words. Because now you know the right way on how to do things with the word, to interpret it, to understand it the right way, to make an actual action happen from the word in right order. And you become a powerful being, not just a scholar. Right? Because Noble Drew Ali told us that everything is divine first. Everything else after that is national, but everything is divine first. That's why he said, if I told you everything, man, you'll go right back to sleep. And we living in a space now within this time anyway, to where your divine gotta be in tune, in alignment with your natural, national ability. Because we can't just be spiritual here. We have to do some real work. And the real work is not for just self. It's for the entire nation. What I'm doing right now on this live is speech for myself and the entire nation. I'm going to go back and take notes on what I said, because it's not what I said. It comes from a higher source. We have the ability to do this and bring the most valuable information to each other, for each other, by listening to each other. But you have to love self. And you have to love your brother and sister like you say you love a so-called God. You have to really have empathy and true compassion. And not try to have those things, but just truly have them. You were born with them. It's a birthright virtue. What you mean you don't know how to do it? I show love to everybody. Everybody. And when you show love, you get the highest respect. When you show the highest respect, you get love. They go together. So meditate on what I'm saying, not who I am personally and my personality, but all the divine principles that I introduced to you tonight, and how you can lodge it in your heart to change your life for the better. Right? Right. So that's what it really means to meditate. So you can be listening to music and walking down the street, bobbing your head. When you catch that zone, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't explain it in words, but when you get in that zone, you're meditating. You can do that while you're at work. It's no excuse on getting shadow work done and all this other work done that starts in the now. It's no excuse. And don't let anybody interrupt you in your improvement of self. No matter where you are in the planet and no matter who's around you. You could be talking and still be thinking. You could be talking and still be silent. You could be talking and still enjoying peace and seeing yourself sitting down, relaxing, enjoying peace. I don't think y'all hear me though. Viewing you within the mind, thinking about self within the mind, and how you want self to act and look and be, and even how you want self to look from others. It started with pure thought. And pure thought comes from the cosmos. Every thought should be taken into account. It's how you elevate. This the real magic. No, for real. For real. Let me show you something else. Because I do not want to be long-winded. What time did we start? 7. I don't want to be long-winded. I wanted to try to make this like an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. But y'all know how I get. I'll be 3 and 4 hours sometimes. But let me show you something else. And connect it with why truth is so important. And it can be inherited from anybody with anything. Hold on, let me turn on this light. It's getting dark. We're on West Coast time, so it's getting dark right now. We're on the West. But let's take a look at something real quick from the Holy Quran of Mecca. And when the Holy Quran of Mecca and the Circle 7 Quran are understood in perfect harmony, this is what? The uniting of Asia, the uniting of the entire planet. Because Islam is yours. That's why you don't recognize it. Because it's everything. And it's in everything. It's not the Orthodox Islam that you're used to hearing about. Islam is peace and the study of peace within everything. I, self, law, am master. It always starts with self. Right? So you need to be rising and rising and rising as high as you can in every aspect of your life for the better. Right? So let's read. Let's read something good. Right? Let's go to Surah 72. 72. I believe that's page 1548 or something like that. Oh, and make sure you got the Abdullah Yusuf Ali translation. Like Noble Drew Ali instructed us to do. Why? Because in the commentary of the breakdown of this Quran, breaks down everything that's in tune and in alignment with nature. So you're not reaching outside of self to interpret things. You're starting at the base foundation and you're taking a full spectrum look at the conciseness of what's being said to you to really understand it and really apply it to life that day, that minute, that hour. So let's go Surah 72, right? Bam, right here. But we're not going to dip into the chapter. We're going to sit right at the introduction. So page, and everything is numerology too, right? So look at the information that you read on certain pages and stuff. Take it all into account. Take it all into account. It's all your culture. It's all your nature. It's all here for you to assist you. Don't throw anything away. So on page 1543, 15 and 43 combined together is what? That's 13, right? 72, Surah 72 is 9, right? So if we go off of supreme mathematics, we have 72, 9, completion. And then we have 13, 1 and 3, knowledge and understanding. So the completion of knowledge and understanding is what we're about to dip into. It's your stuff. So Surah 72, Al-Jinn. And jinn isn't automatically evil. You have good jinns and then you have evil jinns. You got good jinns and then you got bad jinns. Jinn only means spirit. Jinn in Chinese means gold. Gold or yellow is connected to the soul chakra. You have a jinn within you. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure that jinn is clean and sound and not evil. Because at the end of the day, it's not in control of you. You are the one that's in the driver's seat. You are the one with the free will. They just behind the scenes doing the work. You got jinns that live amongst you in your household that you don't even know about. That's living in a different parallel in the same room, enjoying their time. Right? Because they're so sped up, you can't see them. We too slow. But if you focus and you pay attention, you'll definitely feel everything around you. To know that what I'm saying is the truth. That's why it's best to burn sage in your home and have crystals and have these things that bring and keep and attract good energy, because you're not the only one living and occupying that space. Those of you who have experienced paranormal things know exactly what I'm talking about. Take everything into account. So let's read this introduction of Surah Al-Jinn 72. Don't throw nothing away. The Quran is a good book. Bible is a good book. All those are good books. What are you paying attention to? The message or the cover of the message? I'm getting the message. I'm not too focused on what it looked like. Right? Because I grew up on Orthodox Islam. You know what I'm saying? So growing up in that and coming into more science, a beautiful thing, boy, I'll tell you that. That's all I can say. To be able to be here and connect the dots today, to be able to be here for other brothers and sisters who grew up like me so they can interpret the knowledge and wake their alarm clock up, right? It's like Bobby Hemmett said, everybody is not always ready. Some people have to actually wait for their alarm clock to wake them up, to give them that awareness to care about the truth and have love for their culture and what's really going on and how to really navigate and make moves down here. Everybody got their alarm clock. Give thanks, I got mine 9 years ago. I started early. A lot of us started early. Right? But never get discouraged. Never get discouraged. Just look for truth in all ways and apply it to your life. That's it. That's it. And speak power in every word that you speak. Every word. And be happy. Choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. You can never truly get bored. It's so much to learn and do and interpret and enjoy. Boredom should not even exist. That's what we was taught when it ain't nothing else on TV. So let's get into the introduction of this jinn, because you know I'll be sitting here talking for days, boy. Introduction, Surah 72, Al-Jinn. Listen to this. Listen and take it into account. Listen. Spiritual truth finds its lodgment in all sorts of unexpected places and in all sorts of unexpected ways. The man of God, when most, and I'm just using that for now because that's what I'm reading. The man of God, when most depressed by the buffets of a world steeped in selfishness, sees a glorious vision. Let me rewind that. Let me bring that back. Let me remix that and bring that back, because those first 3 lines was knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And it's telling you how to navigate with truth alone. Spiritual truth finds its lodgment in all sorts of unexpected places and in all sorts of unexpected ways. Wisdom. The man of the Most High, when most depressed by the buffets of a world steeped in selfishness, sees a glorious vision. Hidden spiritual forces work for him. Make known the truth in marvelous ways and proclaim the goodness and judgment of Allah. Their wills and come to Allah. And proclaim the goodness and judgment of Allah. They reject all error and lead others to purify their wills and come to Allah. Behold, every place and time, every gift is meet for the service of Allah. Just think about that. If Allah is within, just think about what you're really serving. You can't really do anything for the omnipotent, but you could do something for yourself, for the betterment of self, that will please the Creator. Word. I gotta start it over. I want to read from the top because it hits me different every time. And it helps me elevate every time just reading this. Because I came into complete understanding with every word that I'm reading to help transform and transmute my life to the tranquility that I want to see. Spiritual truth finds its lodgment in all sorts of unexpected places and in all sorts of unexpected ways. The man of the Most High, when most depressed by the buffets of a world steeped in selfishness, sees a glorious vision. Hidden spiritual forces work for him, make known the truth in marvelous ways, and proclaim the goodness and judgment of Allah. They reject all error and lead others to purify their wills and come to Allah. Behold, every place and time, every gift is meet for the service of Allah, the one, the true, whose word the righteous one proclaims and must proclaim at all costs. Man's duty is plain, but in the kingdom of Allah, through Allah's chosen ones, look how it says it, through Allah's chosen ones, we rise to higher and higher mysteries. as may be expedient for us. Yet when or how our end may be is not given to man to know. Let him but take the treasures well guarded that come to him, natural knowledge, divine knowledge, organic, that come to him, and praise the Lord of all knowledge and wisdom. And it ended right there. That's just the introduction. But that's an introduction to the service and meat of what you're really supposed to be paying attention to within yourself. Because it's what did it say? Spiritual truth finds its lodgment in all sorts of unexpected places and in all sorts of unexpected ways. What are you listening to? What are you waiting to hear? This the real magic, right? That's why you don't throw these books away. Because in order for the enemy to try and trick you and fool you, he always needs the truth. He always needs the truth. He always needs the truth. Your job is to take what's good out of everything and let everything else after that go. People, things, books, whatever. Don't care what it is. If it's blocking you from having peace within, let it go. If it's blocking you from having peace within, let it go. If it's blocking you from having true peace within, because that's where it starts and ends, let it go. And don't be afraid to let it go. So you can listen to the real spiritual truth that has its lodgment within you. Make sense? This is some good teaching, ain't it? Only self could show me this. Only self could open me up to this, to interpret it the right way, to apply it to my life. Because real teachers and gurus don't teach you anything. They teach you how to pay attention to self and help self teach self. Within you. That's why when you go back and watch that movie, The Fifth Element, right? Go back and watch The Fifth Element. Excuse me, let me close this up. Beautiful book right here. When you learn how to interpret it the right way, beautiful. But when you go back and you look at that movie, The Fifth Element, right? Old boy and them kept looking for the stones. And the divine being, the singer, the opera singer, the avatar lady, she said, the stones are in me. What did the stones represent? All the elements. All the elements. Earth, wind, fire, water. Who's the true possessor of those resources? You. So if you're the true possessor of all these resources, you need to truly be in tune with how to work and use all of your resources. Within you. Right? Right? Because remember, this is in alignment with the principles. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, right? Spirit, earth, wind, fire, water. All a part of you. That's why in the Holy Quran of Mecca, it says that the Most High says, you know what? I know you've been, and this is all my own words. You know, I don't be doing verbatim. But it says in that book, and I know it's the truth, because we see ancestors on the walls actually doing these things that the books talk about. And then the book turn around and contradict itself and tell you not to pay attention to ancestry. That's when you start realizing where the flaws are in the books, and you don't need to take 100% of everything that the book is saying. Literally. No, you just need to interpret things and do research. And if you can, travel. You don't always have to travel overseas. A lot of stuff that's being hidden and that you're missing out on is right in your backyard, believe it or not. It's here in North America. This is the real motherland. The East, or what they call Africa, that's the father's land. And at one point, the mother and the father was together. And America was America, and Africa was Africa, whatever modern term you want to put it. It don't matter. They were together. Main source land in which we all met up and made powerful things happen. Why you think everybody around the world copies what North America is doing? Because North America is the real empire of the whole earth. And North America is just not North America, it's the whole continent. Canada is not Canada, it's whole North America. Your ancestors' land. The land of Canaan is Canada. How you think we walked into the heart of North America? We walked over, we crossed the bridge. To be here with our brothers and sisters that was already here. It's all right here. Anywhere, I'm talking about anywhere that you can think about on this earth of the map that they gave you. We'll get into that on another class. But the map that they gave you, every aspect and every part of those lands and every part of those continents is all twisted and combined up into one piece of land called North America. You can find everything that you can find on every other land right here in North America, including the sciences of life and true religion, not dogma. We spread it out from the heart of this baby right here. That's why everybody is here. Most of everybody is here at the empire. Right? So you need to remember that you are bound to this heritage by birthright and by bloodline. That's why I never get discouraged if you're making a claim or you're enforcing Aboriginal title. Anytime that they block us from doing these things, the energy that we put forth, it always transfers into future enjoyment. Because when they block truth, truth doesn't die. It just goes somewhere else and makes its own lodgment. So what's on everybody's mind? Everybody want to live allodial. Well, guess what? In a minute, we really are. From us constantly conjuring the thoughts of wanting to be allodial. I am allodial. I am allodial American. I am in full life. I am allodial. I am allodial. You don't think something is coming after that? It may not come at the time that you want it to come, but oh, Nally, when it do, give thanks. Because it's going to be as easy as cutting a piece of pie. Right? That's why love and unity is what bindeth us. Because love and unity is how everything is how we get everything done. And that's how we get everything that we need. Through love and unity. That's why knowledge and wisdom is key. When shit start falling down in the earth, who knows how to turn the water on? When shit start going berserk with the energy and electricity in your home, who know how to go manipulate that box and turn that electricity back on? I do. We all need to know how to do that. Who's really stocking up food and really stocking up water every chance that they get? Who's really paying attention to what Noble Drew Ali said in his prophecies and actually taking action? Or are you just reading these things for your entertainment? That's why you can't be a fraud in this movement. You can't be a fraud in this movement. You can't be a fraud. When you take on Ali, El-Bede, Allen Ali, when you take on those titles, you take on the ancestors that come with those titles. And when you think you're getting away with something, it's folding up onto you and reflecting right back on you. You can't be a Dirty Moore and survive in this movement. So don't worry about it. Stop wasting your time. And remember, and never forget, and always remember that you are bound to this continent by bloodline and heritage. Don't matter what they block. It's the truth. That's why when they kidnapped me, and you go look at the records, there's nothing about squatting or stealing land or stealing a home or they robbed a home or they know the truth too. They don't even get permission to interrupt what you're doing unless the Most High allows it anyway. Based on principles. That's why your patience and your interpretation, it needs to be key and in harmony with each other. So you can understand why certain things might have needed to happen. Might not be in alignment with your plan, but the best of planners made sure that it happened for a divine reason. That's why y'all see me with that post with my picture in it. I really know and believe that. That everything in my life happens for a divine reason. And I'm in tune with Mother Nature divine, so I don't get mad at her or myself for anything that happens. Keep my vibration and my frequency high just off of that thought alone. By being all right with what she sanctions. Anything. That's why Taj said, are you really keeping the Saba? If you was really keeping the Saba and staying true to our culture and our ancestral ways, you will be all right. And everything will always make sense to you. And you'll always get the confirmation and all the things that you need in life. Without complication. It takes hard work to get there. It takes work to get there. Right? Because like the Bible tells you, faith without good works is dead. And good works without faith is dead. So you can't just be totally divine down here. You have to be national too. You can't just be national. You have to be divine. That's why in Circle 7 Quran, it says that the only enemy's concern is to be earthly. Your focus should be to have the balance of living and enjoying yourself divinely and earthly. They need to be in tune with each other. So you can learn the lessons that you need to learn down here in peace. to be able to give somebody else that space and attention that they need to enjoy peace. Right? Because you are bound to this heritage by bloodline and by birth rates. That's why everybody born in America is not American. That's not true. An American are the copper-colored tone beings that were found on this continent before hybrid European colonization. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people that share the same culture, the same story, the same bloodline. And they bring information to each other from the four corners of the earth, yet they look all the same, but they have something different to introduce to every nation for the betterment of every nation. That's why warring and beefing with each other, it makes zero sense. If you go back and look at that live that Brother Rich did with Rod, Phil Valentine, Billy Carson, and Brother Yosef, that's how we need to be building with each other. In every territory, in every part of our community. And remember, I said we don't have to like each other. All energies don't get along with our energies. My triune Allah might not get along with y'all triune Allah, but that don't mean that I hate you. Or I got to go make a video about you. Or I got to go lead the nation in negativity because we're in disagreement with each other. So now my ego's so gone. Now I got to go make something about you for somebody to pay attention to. Some petty ass, dumb ass shit that got us killed back in the day. Play your role and be happy playing your role and live life accordingly. Everybody came back with a certain type of mastery. Focus on that. You'll have no room for jealousy or envy or hate or any of these things for another being ever again in your life. Once you realize how important everybody is and how important you are and how much you are loved. Just for being created. That's why, and let's dip over a little bit into the national side. That's why Taj has been warning us about Rex 84 plan for the King Alpha plan for years. Because the manipulation and the deceit that came to operate and is trying to operate the King Alfred plan, it comes from us not knowing that us and nature are one wherever we are. That's our true power. It's in nature. You want answers. Nature. You want to look within. It's your nature to do that. What did Drew Ali say? Reflection is the what? Business of man. It's your job to always reflect on yourself and anything that happens to self, because you have to deal with it with self always. There's no room to point a finger at anything or anybody, is what I've been trying to explain. True responsibility and accountability for self allows the gateways and the doors of the inheritance from the cosmos to flow freely through your being. Freely. That's why when you read that King Alfred plan, pay attention. Not just to the part where it says you're bound by to this continent by bloodline and by birthright, but it said, what did it say that would be the main weapon to take our people out and kill our people in that plan? What did it say? I'll wait. I'll let somebody answer. What was the main weapon? What was the method that was used that they're going to try to use to take most of us out? I'll chime in because ain't nobody doing it. Vaporization. What does vapor affect the most? The brain and the ability to think clearly. That's why ancestors told me to tell you tonight too, to tell all brothers and sisters that smoke cannabis and use hemp and all these things, leave that vapor electric pen shit, leave that shit alone. It's vaporization. The vape pens are a major part of the plan. Why you think you could find them everywhere? And everybody got one. Never thought about that? That hard metal and all those materials, and you sucking it into your brain straight to your pineal because it doesn't take time. Like when you smoke a blunt or a joint and it takes time to lodge within every part of yourself, the vape pen just goes straight up, mess your whole shit up. It's part of the plan to kill most of us off. That's why in many areas they made cannabis legal. Can't really do too much to the actual bud, but when you try to translate it to something else, it gets dangerous. And they know that. That's why they introduce to you all vaporizing pens. You don't even have to smoke weed to do it. You can smoke tobacco. They got tobacco ones too, right? Pay attention and be careful what you choose to put in your body and participate in. Some of y'all here listening right now, you got one. I know you do. It's vaping your brain away. Cannabis don't do that. But the apparatus and the device with that oil that you don't know what they made it from, it's killing you. So I know that I was told to say that and to make sure that you heard me. So you can't say you didn't know. Some good teaching. I'm not saying that for me or bigging myself up. I'm saying ancestors that speak through me. Some good teaching. I'm taking notes. Right? So let us end with this. Because I didn't want to be on here too long. I made some good vegan spaghetti tonight. I can't wait to enjoy it. And put some good healthy food in my body. It's banging. I wish y'all could taste some and have some with the garlic toast that I made. And the sauteed spinach with the extra garlic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, we're going to end with this. I've been studying a lot on our foundation of what Noble Drew Ali gave, right? And I've been looking a lot at the 101 Moorish American Questionnaire. And what I'm coming to fruition of is that every question that he posed to us and every answer has several different meanings to it. And every question makes you think. Right? So give honors, high honors, and true thanks to Noble Drew Ali, our prophet. Like Malachi Z. York said, what's wrong with us saying that Noble Drew Ali is our prophet? I don't want to say Muhammad was my last prophet. I want to say Noble Drew Ali is my prophet. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What is a prophet? A prophet is a thought of Allah, manifested in the flesh. I'm bigging him up, I'm bigging myself up. Right? So I wanted to go to, and we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it with this, because this is what we do. This is what we do at the nature of jurisdiction. This is what we do in this university. We help you to think for yourself. That's my job with my throat chakra, and I do it in many ways. We all have different ways of uplifting fallen humanity. Doesn't matter what method you choose. Choose one and get to work, because we need each other. We need each other more than we ever needed each other right now. To be the angels that we are, to carry out to the four corners and to the hedges and the highways, the real truth, the message that saves nations from the wrath of the Most High. This is the great missionary work. That's why you must love self, because you couldn't love this information if you don't, because it saves nations from the wrath of the Most High. Yeah. So I wanted to end you with something to think about that you could take with you the whole week. It's homework. And Noble Drew Ali made sure that every question was numbered for a reason. And if you do supreme mathematics, you'll have fun with this when you really start thinking about everything that he gave in several different ways. Think about it in several different ways. Meaning on the foundation and the higher self side of where you at and where you going. And then we could feed each other. It's like this lady, I was in a store the other day, and she seen I had my feathers up, and she was like, is it a reason you got, your feather on your turban? I was like, yeah, I'm Aboriginal and indigenous to this earth plane. We all are. We all Moors. All of us are. She was like, wow, yeah, I thought you had that on for a reason. And then she immediately asked me if I could help her son, who's steeped in the world of selfishness and darkness and hasn't found his lodgment in truth. And I said, sure, you can come to my class. I do classes every, I'm just now getting back, but I'm doing them every Raphael, every Mercury, every Elohim, Raphael Elohim, which is so-called Wednesday at 7 p.m. She said, nah, I need a one-on-one consultation for him. I was like, nah, I don't do that. I don't see how people that say they do private consultations, that they have time with all the shadow work that everybody needs to do and has been dealing with, and all the different energy that's on the planet right now. You really have time to do that? And then it's just for fiat. It really don't be for, you really want to do it. You really got time for that? No. But what you do have time is to call fraud out wherever you see fraud. Because there's too many frauds in the nation that be posing like they righteous. And they garbage. And you need to ask for that ability and that mindset to point them out, so you don't have to waste time outside of yourself. Waste no more time outside of yourself. Waste no more time. You have the power, you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, and you have the capability to do what Yahshua did and better. What are you focused on? Whatever you're focused on is going to find its way into your reality somehow, some way. Don't let it be a nightmare that you created on your own. So let me leave you with this. And I'm going to get off of here because I spent all night talking to y'all, freestyling, just off of heart chakra. And I don't need to do that. I need to go ahead and end this and end it well. So, and if you haven't been studying the 101 Moorish American questionnaire, get busy, because it's the heart and the root of your foundational knowledge on how to navigate on the earth plane. No matter if you agree with the way Noble Drew Ali brought it or not. It's not the way that he brought it. It's the message. It's the truth about it. It's the love that he brought. It's the peace that it brings. It's the freedom that it brings. It's the justice that it enforces. And it charges you to get off your ass and enforce the law. And to be active. What did Drew Ali say? He said we need active Moors. We don't need passive Moors. We don't need people that just want to come online and just listen to this for their entertainment. We need active Moors that's going to listen to the message and go take it to the hedges and the highways and make justice happen. So, let's look at this, and then I'm going to leave. And I'll see y'all next week. Raphael, same time, same place. Let's look at this, because it's something to think about. Number 43. If you got the questionnaire, take it out, and let's be in harmony with each other. But number 43, numerology, 4 and 3. I like to go according to supreme mathematics, so here it goes. This is my truth. 43, 4 and 3, right? The number of the question is saying that the number of the question, the answer that's coming from this question is going to bring you 4, freedom, structure, and then 3, understanding, comprehension. From that comprehension, you're going to get freedom. From that freedom, you're going to comprehend this in the right way. You have no choice. Right? Because Drew Ali kind of set things up that way to where you would take his teachings higher. I don't get why Moors think that they just study this stuff and just stay where they at. That's so stupid. When he charged you in the divine constitution to study self, and after you got through studying self, go study yourself some more. How do you get stuck in that? I don't get it. You got these sleepy Moors out here telling you to stay stuck and to treat what he gave us as religion when you know it's way deeper than that. It transforms lives for the better. Way better than any religion could do. Because real religion is alignment. The religion that we were given in Orthodox realm is dogma. But even with the dogma, like I said earlier, even with something that was meant to divert you, it took the truth to make it. So you can go look at those things and even get truth out of that to navigate rightly. That's a fact. You yourself are truth and falsehood, strangely mixed. Confirmation. Now let's read number 43. Let's read 43. Peace and love, Empress. Have a great supplication, invocation session, and high love reflection infinite. Peace and love. Enjoy your night. And thank you for tuning in, and thank you for coming to the Nature of Jurisdiction. 43, right? Freedom and understanding is what we're going to get from this answer and the question, because you are the question and the answer. Don't ever forget that. Foundational truths that can never die. You are the question and the answer. You have to trust that you have the answers. Trust self. Trust is so important in the relationship just with yourself. 43. At what age did Jesus begin to teach? And you all know Jesus is Yahshua. Jesus means justice. Just stay on the storyline of what Drew Ali gave, because he's forcing you to think for the better. At what age did Jesus begin to teach? At the age of 12. Why did he begin to teach at the age of 12? Huh? Yeah, I'm asking why. Why did Drew Ali say that? Without explanation. He didn't give explanations for none of these questions. You're charged to go within and figure it out. But man knows not by being told. I'm just sharing with you. Why did he say age 12? Well, if you study the Kabbalah and you know the Kabbalah and you know the 13 major chakra points within the Kabbalah structure, you know that 12 is one of the primordial energies. Number 12. You know that number 12 is the number of the completion of the zodiac wheel. You know 12 is the numerical number for knowledge and wisdom in perfect harmony with each other. 12 is also Zodiacus, the mother, divine mother. So why did he begin to teach at age 12? Because he gained all the knowledge and wisdom he needed to teach outside of himself and within. What did he study? What did he have to study? In those 12 years, he studied all the things and the trials and the tribulations that man goes through, so he could be able to relate to anybody and teach anybody. What was his blueprint? What was his homework? His homework on where he taught from was the zodiac. Every year was a season to him of learning. You start off with Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Just went all around the wheel to learn how to relate to everybody and everything. Because everybody has a sun sign. Everybody has a uniqueness to them. Everybody has a personality. And everybody has some type of flaws and something that they're missing. He learned everything that we must go through in this life or have went through in this life to learn how to relate to each and every one of us. Not only that, to teach us how to be like him and then be better. To know how to relate to everybody. That's why Geminis are one of the most valuable people on earth, because they relate. That's the I relate. The Aries is I am. The Taurus is I have. All these aspects. That's why the zodiac is not important. It's not always about the horoscope of the day. It's about the aspect and how you use it in the season that you sit in. That's why they threw us off with the time, because had we know the science and conjunct it in with the time that we know about, that's real, that lines up with the calendar of our ancestors, will make things happen for ourselves much easier. And love and unity won't be a problem. It'll be a conjunction. If we took the real time into account, and the real time is based on how we think. How we think and what we think about. That's what time is really based on. Time never was when man was not, right? So the minute the time that man was and he had a thought in time, Who can tell you when that began or what time it is right now, like that? You know, I go off of the Moorish calendar, right? On the Moorish calendar is 1442. And I just got through celebrating New Year's on March 21st, right? When Aries begins, that's the beginning of the year. Because Jesus was really an Aries, the ram, right? The Lamb of God. But if you're not listening to all these things and going back into the science and figuring out that religion, true religion is pointing you to science, and true science points you to true religion, so you can interpret these things, not just to say, oh man, look, I figured it out, to really apply it to your life. Every day I'm using the aspect of Zodiacus. I'm looking at Aries to figure out how I need to manifest what I am. I'm looking at Taurus to figure out how I need to manifest what I have. To give thanks for what I have first, then bring in and give thanks for what I already have. Then I'm bringing into fruition. That's not in front of me yet. Confirmation. But I'm treating it like that because I already have it. Because I have that aspect within the wheel. Right here on my face. Everything that's on that wheel is right here on this logos. This face. Godhead. Crown chakra. Melanin dot. Center of the universe. The Trinity. Pineal heart and soul. Tools for right operation. So he taught for 12 years. He taught at age 12. Because he completed the necessary cycles to teach. And it was based in nature. Spirit animal totems. And everything else that comes along with our culture that they told us was evil. It's exactly what we need to navigate. Not just to navigate on the earth plane, but to navigate my ass up out of here, too. That's why don't ever get stuck on the things that you have. Always give thanks for the life and the holy breath that you have. Way more. You can always get things and recreate things. You can't never recreate the holy breath. Give thanks for your well-being and watch yourself become well. And continue to use the technology for how we're using it right now to help inform each other of the other half of the information that's missing. That comes from our natural book that nobody can tell you about. Only you can tell you about that. Only you can walk that straight path that leads to truth in all directions. You. So take a look at number 43, the one-on-one questionnaire, and really, really meditate. Remember that word. We learned the truth about that word, to think, ponder, or purpose. And meditate on that question and that answer. And realize who you are and the work that you haven't been doing. Have you really been keeping the Saba? And remember, stop blocking out and don't block out truth wherever it may come from. Because remember, spiritual truth finds its lodgment in unexpected places and in unexpected ways. An enemy can tell you the truth. But will you focus so much on that's the enemy, or did you actually get the message and not look at the vessel and focus on the actual cargo within the vessel? You'll never lose. You'll never lose when you inherit your culture and your traditions and your customs. You'll never lose. So, mashallah, inshallah, and all that means is most high willing, and most high willing with the source that's within me, that we gave a good reflection tonight, and that you can take this message and that you can go do something great with it, and that you can give this great truth in your own words to somebody else and share the message, because time is running out for the shadow work that you must do on yourself. You must do on yourself. And if you don't, and you think these things are not important, you won't be able to think straight on this earth anymore. You're going to go crazy in your mind if you don't do this necessary work that needs to be done, and you keep running. You keep running. You keep running. It's a dangerous thing to play with. Your mind is already very sensitive to what's already been going on for the longest. The type of stability that you're going to need to have is going to be through the roof for these are new energies that are here on the planet and constantly going to make themselves known mentally, physically, and spiritually. So if you're not getting ready right now, you're going to take the things that are going to happen that are very necessary as an attack, and it's not going to be an attack on you. You just weren't prepared, and you didn't get prepared. You chose to be the grasshopper instead of the ant and do the work now so you can enjoy yourself later. Do the work now so you can relax later and put everything down and just be. One of the virtues and one of the principles of Mayat is to handle the things that are most important first, the things that take the most work first, then everything else is secondary. Everything is made easy for you when you take care of your business first. And reflection is the business of man, like Drew Ali said first. So take care of that first every day that you wake up. And everything else will be easy peasy. But do that first. That's your job. So I hope I gave you plenty to think about. I would fit everything that I want to talk about into this session, but it's impossible. I took all these notes today. I ain't talk about everything that I can't. And I can't. I just can't. So, mashallah, I did some great works in this hour and in the hours that have passed. And that you do some actual homework on self. And you take it into account what I've said. And you apply this knowledge and wisdom to your own life and start making improvements last year. And start resonating and attracting yourself with love to who you are and the truth about your culture and your customs and your traditions, because everything is on earth was created to help you. It wasn't meant to be difficult how it's been made out here. But never forget, with every difficulty, there is surely relief. With every difficulty, there is surely relief. With every difficulty, there is surely relief. Don't ever forget that, and you'll always be victorious, and you'll never be mad at yourself or at your Creator. All praises due to the Most High. Give thanks to the ancestors. Assalamu alaikum, Vita Makum, Pax it Amor, and enjoy the rest of your Raphael Mashallah, we'll see y'all next week. And we're going to do something different like we always do. Take care of yourself. Remember that you are loved. And never, ever, ever, ever forget that the divine mother of all is the creator of all. And everything that she allows to happen is necessary. Stay in alignment with that energy. Keep that same energy. Love yourself. Love the people around you. Love the animals because they're constantly sending you messages. Love the food that you eat. Make it real to self. Eat things with seeds. Drink plenty of good water. Fill your brain with plenty of good thoughts. Watch what you say. Don't take anything personal. Don't assume anything. And do your best. Until next time, Islam nobles. Peace and love. Love y'all. Take care.